You are the next contestant on Speak Up.
So, I don't know much about Kelly other than my last experience, which I've just told you. When she came here to this meeting, we had a chance to introduce, talk with her a little bit. And again, I was just struck when she came back in. It was just, I was looking at her like, did you forget something? And she said, I need to sign up. I need to speak on the stage. And then as I mentioned, she started to cry. And it was pretty emotional, and I put my arm around her, and I said, we're so excited to have you do this. She's petrified to do this. I know that she's probably still a little nervous. She's had a couple of months now to work on this because we canceled her last month.
She's going to knock it out of the park.
So please
no pressure.
Give a nice warm welcome for Kelly Walker. Thank you. Start the clock.
This has been the best year of my life. And I'm really excited to tell you about it. And I'm going to tell you how I made it the best year of my life. So I'm going to teach you a little bit too. In January, I got fired. I didn't think it was the best year of my life in January. It was actually the worst year of my life. I got called into the HR director's office right before lunch on a Friday, and I was like, that's weird. So I went in, and every boss in the company was in the room. And then I got scared. And they had this little chair placed in front of them, and they said, Kelly, thank you for coming. Have a seat. In my head, I was like, no, bye. But I went and sat down. And they said, thank you so much for coming in. We want you to know how much we enjoy having you around. You are a bright light. You cheer everyone up. And we love knowing you. But you suck at your job and it's time to move on. I paraphrased. So I was pretty shocked. I didn't see it coming. And so I made it back to my desk, gathered up all my stuff, bawling my head off in front of everyone. We work in a big room where we're all together. So I had snot running down my face. I was crying so hard I couldn't see. And I somehow made my way out of the building to my car. And I had to go pick up my parents in 2 hours who were coming to visit for the weekend. So it was an interesting day. I tried to hold it together in the car after I picked them up because I didn't want to wreck from crying. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to be strong. And so we got about a mile before I lost it and told them what happened. And they were very satisfyingly indignant for my obvious mistreatment. But it turned out to be the best thing ever. During that month of January, this is when it happened in January, I was at a very low point in my life. I had a really bad addiction to this completely stupid online video game where I was a mage and I had a guild and I actually spent money on it and I spent all of my time there. I'd come home from work when I had a job and I'd go straight to my guild and I would play till 2 or 3 in the morning. And so I neglected my house, my health, my family, and it was bad. My back hurt so bad from the extra weight I put on during that time, I could never sleep. And my husband recently told me, now that things are better, I was actually planning to leave you as soon as our son was old enough to move out. My son was very depressed, and I was on the maximum dosage of 2 antidepressants. So it was the low point of my adult life. And then something different happened. I got an email offering me a free ticket to a 3-day life-changing seminar. I'd never been to a seminar, but I thought, life-changing, yes, sign me up. So I went. And I learned some really amazing things at that seminar. And I met someone who gave me a ticket to another 3-day seminar. And so by May, I had gained some really good tools to pull myself out of my pit that I was living in. And so, is it okay if I share them with you?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. My first one I'm going to tell you about is find the silver lining. Somebody tell me something crappy that happened to them this morning. You woke up? Oh my gosh, you're alive! Yes! Woo! Somebody else?
My car was covered in ice.
Your car's... You have a car? Dude! You can drive? Man, you're so lucky. Okay? Find the silver lining. It makes a huge difference. That was my first tool. My second favorite tool is service. If you serve someone else, you're not thinking about your own troubles, okay? So if you are giving service, you are not thinking of all of the stuff you have to deal with, and you're making someone else's life better. Last month, I have a fun story about service. I was taking the front runner, and there was this cute little old man at the kiosk trying to get his ticket, and I got mine, left, and thought, oh yeah, I'm not going to miss my train this time because I did miss it recently. And so I was hurrying up there, and I got about halfway up, and I thought, oh, wait a minute. That poor guy's still standing there, and I'm trying to work on serving people. So I went back, and I said, do you need help? And he said, yeah, I'm trying to get to Salt Lake, but my ticket seems a little high. So I looked at his screen, and his $6 fare was $189. So I said, yeah, that's a little high. Can I help you? And he said, yeah, please. So I went in and canceled it out and got him his $6 ticket. We both made it to the train on time. So it cost me nothing. And it saved him a lot of money. And it filled my heart with happiness all day long, every time I thought about it. So it was a win-win. My third favorite tool is gratitude. Like the gentleman before me said, gratitude is a game changer. I try to make a list every day now and post it in my Facebook group of 7 things I'm grateful for every day. And so my focus has gone from thinking about, stuff I need to do, stuff I don't like, stuff I want to change, to thinking about, wow, my life's pretty awesome. I have really good friends. I have an amazing family. I have an amazing new career I just made up as a speaker. Yeah. And I am so brave. So there's so many things to be grateful for in life. So track your gratitude. Keep a gratitude journal. And then when you're feeling blue or whiny, pull your gratitude journal out and look at the things you're grateful for. So these 3 tools, I learned a lot more, but I only have 10 minutes. These 3 tools have been key in turning my life around. Now, I haven't launched that video game for like 6 months, I think. Yeah, thank you. And I've lost over 40 pounds. Thank you. And my husband has also lost almost 40 pounds because it's rubbing off on him. We go to the gym together every day. I started homeschooling my son. I don't know what I was thinking with that. And I've started 2 businesses. I have a mermaid store. I sell really cute stuff that makes me super happy. And totally off all antidepressants for months now. And I have a coaching client. Right? It kind of shocks me every time I think about it. But seriously, total turnaround in like 10 months, just from those tools and some others. And I know they work, because they worked for me. And so I want to start sharing them with other people, because we are meant to have joy in this life. And these tools will help you find joy. And I'm glad I got to share them with you today. And thank you for listening.
Okay, and Kelly, did Bobby and I tell you we have a 3-day seminar that will change your life? Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah. Anyway, so judges. Let's start with Chris on the end.
So Kelly, way to go. I sat across from you last time we were here, and you asked how I did it, and I said, just jump, and you just jumped. So way to go. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Woo. I think you did a great job. You entertained us. I loved the inflection and how much fun you were having, and I loved the authenticity of how you told us really how it was. Like, you didn't hide anything. You were very vulnerable and very honest, and you gave us very good steps of exactly how we could get out of that. I liked how you brought the humor in and had us laugh with you, not at you, but with you on this. I loved how you did that. You did stay kind of in a general place, and I would like to see you add more gestures and more intentional movement, so that we are entertained more, so that we move with you. On your steps, I loved your steps, I loved your energy about how you just built from that. You were so excited, and your excitement showed through. On your story, I would deepen some of the details so that we feel exactly where you were, so we know the depths. Not just the clinical, well, I was this and this and this. I like the story, and I love the humor that you brought in when you said you paraphrased. I liked how you brought the audience back in. Good job, way to go.
Thank you.
Kelly, I also really liked the humor. It made me connected to you, and I wanted more of it. The way you delivered, it naturally sounds like, here comes a joke. I think you look the part completely. I literally think if you were to speak, that I would say bring humor into it always. It really works for you, and it puts me in a place of wanting to cheer for you, wanting you to succeed when you're there. It's very endearing watching you on stage. Also with the vulnerability, I like that. You did go into explanation to where I felt like I knew where you were at. The eye contact was a little off at some points when you were thinking, almost like you're searching for something. You'd look around a little bit. I love that you asked us, can I share this with you? It engaged us like, oh, okay, we're in this together. And then I love when you gave us the tools, you gave examples how you're using them in your life. And you even threw a little humor in there when you asked the audience about the ice scraper, and you got excited. That really pulled me back in. And then I love how you ended on a high note. Very inspirational, high energy. You really owned it at the very end. I like that. I think overall you did an excellent job.
Thank you.
Good job. All right, let's give her a hand. Thank you, Kelly.
Wait.
Oh, sorry, Blair.
One more judge.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm glad you pointed her out.
I thought you did a really good job. It seemed very natural to me. Like nothing you said seemed forced or, like you were struggling at all. It seemed very, very natural. I thought you were very entertaining. I liked how you started with a bold statement and kind of a power stance. You were just standing right there, and I really liked that. I liked how you made it funny. You were very articulate. When you got to the education piece, I liked that you got really, really excited because that kind of pulled us in and really made us pay attention on how we could do some of the same things in our life. It was inspiring, relatable. You were very vulnerable. I liked that. I'm going to play off what Chris said. Use a little bit more of the stage. Maybe some more eye contact, looking at the audience. Try not to use like I just did. The only other thing that I really noticed was the transition between the inspiring piece and then when you went into the education piece, it seemed like kind of a blunt transition. Maybe if you talked about how your life changed first and then went into the tools you used, it seems like, I think it might be more of a natural flow. But other than that, I thought it was really, really good. You seemed very natural and endearing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bruce. Very good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope that was fun and exciting. It's all over with now, right? All right. Our last.
Awesome job. Okay, here, you want to pick the thing out of a hat for this last one?
Let's see, what's the number? Who's number one? Okay. All right, I asked Hillary a few people, and she brought hers with her, so I'm going to read this off. Hillary, another student of ours, another graduate. Hillary Bagley is a wife and a bonus.